Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is day 2 of the Sorcery Salon. And so if you tuned into day 1, we talked about bodies and how your body interfaces with your reality, how it interfaces with other people's realities is absolutely essential for you to step into the magic that you came here to be, step into the magic that you came here to experience on planet Earth, as I call it, Earth University, and experiencing it through your interface vehicle, which is your body. So if you haven't watched that, you have some time to watch that. Definitely connect with me today. Thank you so much for watching this video and connecting with me today. Today we are going to talk about your relationships and having sovereignty in your relationships and why it's so important for you to be able to make those sovereign choices for you. Obviously, I've been on Facebook quite a bit today, so getting ready for this. So what was I saying? I was saying that your relationships, you need to be sovereign in your relationships. And I'll tell you what, there is nothing more humbling than going into a process of inquiry and finding out what relationships you are not sovereign in and what relationships the people just want you to succeed. The people just love you. They really want to. Gosh, I must be pulling energy. There's like people who are like, how's it going? How did it go today? I'm doing it right now, guys. So how freaking cool is that? That my interface is working. So that's just so freaking cool. So let me get back on track here. I'm just getting so many messages I should have put on to do not disturb, but it's interesting for me to get those messages while I'm interfacing with you. So one, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, highly recommend that you connect to yesterday's video and find out why your body is your interface vehicle with your reality. There's just magic in your DNA. And your DNA is like ready. It's ready for your life's purpose. It's ready for your life's work, whatever that is. You know, do you have to be a doctor? No. Do you have to be a lawyer? No. Do you have to be the chief of some kind of people? No. But what I would say, absolutely, you are being invited to on this planet is an experience of mastery. It's an experience of sorcery. It's an experience of, like, I want to say the word abracadabra. Have you guys ever looked into the etymology of the term abracadabra? And so what it means is I say it and it happens. So it's like using your voice box to initiate the people in your life to work with you on your life's mission. And you will plug into some people just absolutely amazingly. Your plugins with them will accelerate your life, and their plugins with you will accelerate their life. Do you have to have them as clients? Maybe. Do they have to hire you? Maybe. And then sometimes what can happen is you just being in their life will accelerate their life. Like I watched that with my friends, and they're like starting to do the things that I, had thought, oh, well, wouldn't it be fun if they did that? And then they go ahead and do it. And I don't have to have a conversation with them about that. Sometimes they just go ahead and do that. Now, keeping in mind, the best way to receive lasting transformation through an interface with me is to come into my community and to work with me in my programs. And that's the best way to do it. But also, I notice that because I am not a super social person, people are like, I don't even really know what you do. And so that's what this Sorcery Salon is all about, is allowing people to come and have an interface with me, coming into my aura and really just getting a chance to get to know me and to feel like they have a relationship with me. And so whatever that is, so feel free to start to engage with these videos. I'm going to be going live for 9 days. This is my second of 9 days. And so each of the days is a portion of my new program. And the program's called Sorceress of Success. And you end up becoming the Sorceress of Success when you can embody all 9 stages of the program. So the first stage of the program we did yesterday, we talked about being sovereign in your body. And so there's dozens of ways to be sovereign in your body. And so that's the invitation, is when you are sovereign in your body, you are able to use any one of those dozens of ways to just bring back that personal sovereignty. Because sometimes you get pulled off track. You're like, okay, well, I'm just running around solving other people's problems. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, is running around solving other people's problems. And maybe you kind of get off. There we go. Hopefully this is going to be good. Let me know if I'm good if you're watching this live. Isn't that so interesting? So I'm just going to keep going with all of these interruptions because I'm deeply committed to you having this information. And so art is always imitating life, right? For me especially, you know, when I'm talking to my people, I'm making connections with the people that I have relationships with. There's a bunch of different stuff that's trying to come in and interrupt me. I feel technology trying to interrupt me. And, you know, perhaps my relationships with some people are trying to interrupt me from having a bigger relationship with you at large, my audience. So sovereignty. I'm going to talk to you about what sovereignty means to me. So sovereignty to me means that when you have the correct answers for yourself, you're like, okay, this feels true that I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then you give yourself permission to go ahead and do it, no matter what feedback that you get from your inner circle. No matter what feedback you get, you continue to choose the thing that lights you up. Continue to choose the thing that you have done your vet checking, you've done your data checking, and you've made the decision to go ahead and do that. Then you are committed to that decision and you move ahead because you are a sovereign being. You are the queen of your universe. And so queens have councils, and they have people that they trust. They have people that they get information from, but they also make their own decisions, and then they move ahead with those decisions. And so that's what sovereignty means to me, is that you know what your decisions are. Like, you get the information that you need, you do your data collection. If you're an emotional authority like me, you wait for your clarity. And then when the clarity is there and you know that you're going to proceed, you go ahead and proceed. And so what can happen is, like, you see all these blip, 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 blip things coming through, trying to like freeze me. My friends sending me messages, you know, just Facebook's like, oh, you've been on Facebook too long. Are you sure you want to continue to be on Facebook? Yeah, dude, I do want to be on Facebook right now. So there's that. So sovereignty, sovereignty, sovereignty. And so, as I was saying, it's a really humbling process when you start to notice, you ask, you're like, show me the relationships where I am sovereign. Show me those relationships. And you know, the really freaking cool thing is the relationships where I am sovereign are the relationships, in some cases, where I've had to carve out my own sovereignty. And that, you know, the roles that the people wanted me to take, I had to look at. I'm like, okay, so this person wants me to do this, 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 and this for them. And this person wants me to be this, 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 and this. And the questions that I can ask myself are, do I even want to be that? does that actually give me freedom to be that role for that person? Do I feel valuable? Do I feel valued? Do I feel valid? Does this match my priorities? Does this make me feel love or make me feel loved to be that? And then also, as we were looking at yesterday, is there an infinity loop between me and this person? You know, when I spend time with them, do I feel charged up? Do I feel like their energy is an equal? I mean, not always, but do I feel charged up from generally my relationship with this person? And so that was one of my priorities for myself, was that those relationships that I have in my life, those consistent loving relationships that I have in my life, make me feel charged up, make me feel valid and valuable, make me feel witnessed, make me feel like, oh, it's Jennifer, she's here, I get to spend time with her. And, you know, there are relationships in your life, most likely, you guys, where that's just not happening. You know, it might be your children, it might be, you know, some people that you've known for dozens and dozens of years, maybe your whole entire life. And so their roles that they have cast you in their movie, do you even want to be in that movie? And you can ask yourself, like, hey, do I want to be in the movie that this person has cast me in? And so keeping in mind, being sovereign in your relationships is a process, and it requires real mirroring and mentorship, because there is so much bullshit. So much bullshit, you guys. It's like, you don't know, really honestly, you don't know how unconscious you are about what people want you to be for them until it gets mirrored back to you. And it's never something that you can do by yourself. You are here to be in community. Freaking funny. So the roles and responsibilities that you have, and people want you to be for them, you have to choose you first. That's the thing. You go first. And, you know, I mean, there's that, oh, put your mask on first, blah, blah, fucking blah. And you know, if you are the type of person that would put a mask on a baby before you would put it on you. And yeah, there's so much entrainment, so much people pleasing, and it's so fucking insidious. It's just evil, the amount of people pleasing, the amount of like, I'll do that for you, you know, like the martyring is insidious. It's just like, no, do not be a martyr for people. Even if that's your role, you need to understand, you know, because in human design, the third lines are the martyrs. They're like, look at everything that I've done for you. Look at all the things that I've tried to make sure that they work before I try them on you. So yes, that could be your human design role, but you don't have to take it on to a point where you are so burnt out, you are so bitter, you are so underappreciated, even underutilized. Like, what is the thing that like turns you on the most that you're just begging people to ask? You know, I've had so many interesting conversations. I have, in human design, I have gate 13. And so people tell me all their secrets. People tell me the things that they want the most in the world. And I would say, okay, a combination of that gate 13 where people tell me and they're not afraid to tell me because it doesn't go any further. I'm just like, okay, well, that's great data. And then I take the data and I plug it into what I can see in their aura, and plug it into what I can see in their charts, in their astrology charts, in their human design charts, in their gene keys charts. You know, I love data. I'm a Virgo. I freaking love data. And so I receive psychic data from you, and then we extrapolate that over into some things that you can see and be and do. And then what happens is you get to start to have it. You get to start to have it. But when you start to have it, have a freaking look at your relationships. What people are more committed to you being the old version of you? And they're like, but you do this, 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 and this for me. Okay. And when you start to make more money, you start to move into a different financial tier from them, then you could also watch what they do with that. They're like, okay, well, my friend is now rich so that they can, they can pay for everything for me and my kids and all of the things. Or they're like, I don't really want to hang out with you anymore because you're not like my homeboy or my homegirl anymore. It's just like, I don't feel like you belong with me anymore. This is me pretending to be your friend. So if you've noticed that, when you move into a new place and space of consciousness, you move into a new honoring of self, a new sovereignty with your own physical form, and a sovereignty with your relationships, where you're just willing to watch what people do, watch what people say, and then make your decisions based on that. The more you watch people, the more they will give you the truth of their relationship with you. If they don't treat you like you are valid, valuable, special, that you were invited to the party of their life, that they're excited to see you, that they want to hug you, they want to touch you, they want to spend time with you, then there's some really freaking great data. Those are not your people. And we are here on Earth University to find our correct people and connect in with our correct people. And that's even in your charts. It's so freaking amazing. So my correct people are deeply investigative. They're like, I want to know every freaking thing about every freaking thing of the thing that I'm investigating right now. They go way down the rabbit hole. They are consultants, they are experts in their field, and they don't mess around. They want to know the truth. And the other thing that my people are they are those martyrs. They are those investigators. They are the line threes that are willing to fall up the stairs, fall down the stairs, fall up the stairs, and they do the work. They are not lazy. They are not expecting somebody to bring them their life experience on a silver platter. They may have had a whole bunch of different careers because they want to know their life deeply. And, I'm kind of like that. I'm like, that's not my profile, but I'm here to plug into that profile. I've had so many different iterations of my life, and I can see how all of that plugs in together. People who work with me tend to do really well financially. And the reason why is because I'm just not afraid of money. It's, I've had giant budgets that I've been in charge of administering and, making sure things grow in value. And so the idea of growing somebody's business in value and growing somebody's intellectual property in value, and then also building your aura so you just like shine. People are like, who the hell is that? And the more you feel valid, valuable, and that you are like a juicy contribution to everyone who gets to spend time with you, that just booms out into the universe, you guys. It booms. And so people are like, who the hell's that? I need to know that person. And so super important that the people that you are meant to connect with, who are meant to have your deep investigative skills, your deep level of expertise in what it is that you do on the planet, get to find you, because you're not navel gazing anymore. You're just out. You're like looking at what you are here to be and do. And so for you to be here and do it and have these sovereign relationships where those people are free to think whatever they want to about you, but they don't get to impact you as a being. You're like, okay, well, I'm going. Just for example, I decided that I was going to do this 9-day event and come every day at 2:22 for 22 minutes. So I'm doing it. And so that's it, you guys. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about sovereign finances. Oh my goodness. Please don't be scared. I freaking love money. Please let me invite you into a new paradigm where money loves you and you love money. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about sovereign financial ability. You need to be sovereign financially to be able to move ahead in your life, to be able to spend your money, invest your money in a way that works for you, and to move ahead and make great money. 4, 5, 6, 10 times the amount of money that you need in order to be able to have an opulent life. Because if people like you have the money, then you get a seat at the table, the power player table. And I really, really want that. I want conscious people at the power player table. So that's it. That's our 22 minutes today. Please join me again at 2:22 tomorrow. We are talking about sovereignty in your finances. You're not going to want to miss it. Bye, guys. Ciao.